God, the news has been dour lately, or at least very serious in context, okay? Because you got Kyle Rittenhouse stuff, you got climate stuff, you got inflation stuff, you got all this other type of happy horseshit. So I figured, why not just touch on some kind of distraction topic? Okay, you got Howard Stern here, if you were to just take a guess as to how much of his audience that he's still retained back from his peak during the 90s, it would be in what, like a fraction of a percentage at this point. Like barely anybody has Sirius XM subscribers or subscription, and everybody just thinks that Howard is a fucking sellout and nobody cares about him anymore. He still does every once in a while his radio show from his basement in the Hamptons. And now he says he's so fucking delusional, and he still thinks he's out there on private parts tours, that he would somehow be more popular than Trump if he were to run in 2024. I hope somebody holds him to this, and that's why I wanted to talk about this. Robin, I know I'd beat his ass. Howard Stern vows to run for president if Donald Trump makes 2024 White House bid, and says his popularity among listeners means he'd win contest against his former friend. What a fucking dumbass. Listen, the people who still listen to me, Robin, they still think that I have enough popularity to run for president. Remember, he also he threatened to run for governor of New York, by the way. How did that go, Howie? Okay, cool. Less said about that, the better. Shock jock. I don't even think you can really classify what he talks about at this point as shock jockery. It's just kind of like old Yenta Howard Stern has vowed to run for president if Donald Trump tries again in 2024, which he's going to, so let's hold Howie to this, and let's just see the embarrassment unfold. He's got the money to do it. I'd love to see him poll in like the Kamala Harris numbers. And it says his popularity will help him beat his former friend. Nobody likes you anymore. You're just a laughing stock, okay? Most recently, the only reason people were talking about you, Howie, is because you were spurging out about Joe Rogan, somebody who's actually popular when it comes to the talk format. Not you anymore. This isn't the 90s. During his Sirius XM radio show Tuesday morning, Stern claimed that he accepted that he may have to serve his civic duty. You're what, like 70 some years old at this point? Okay, you'd be perfect for the Democratic ticket now that I think about it, and run against Trump if the 45th and 47th president launches a 2024 re-election run, with Stern saying, I know I'll beat his ass. No, you won't. Stern, who earns around $120 million a year, and he's going to still for quite a while, so why would he take the literal fucking half of a percentage point of what he makes every year? Okay? Listen, it's good work if you can get it, and you're not going to be passing that up. Stop it. Stop it. Claims he is as prominent in the American public conscious as Trump. I would love to see those numbers. Okay, obviously he's just being a hyperbolic ass, but we need to call him out for this because he's insane. This is what happens when TDS manifests, okay? So yeah, he's more popular than Trump, meaning any presidential campaign would quickly gain traction. No, it wouldn't. You would have done it earlier if you thought that you had a chance. SiriusXM doesn't release ratings for his show. Yeah, so literally he'd be the only one who knows, and he thinks that, oh yeah, I'm really popular. People still talk about me on here. There's no good shows left on SiriusXM. There's none. There was a time where it was like a fucking happening place, but all the people have been pushed off of his stations. Howard 100, 101, the old Opie and Anthony station, everybody's gone from there, okay? It's that time and place, the talk radio format, it's long dead and gone. It's all about podcast, Jerry. Oh yeah, but yeah, they don't release ratings for the show, but in 2013, Stern called out an infamous meeting over slumping listening figures. Nah, they've been boosted now thanks to my new liberal take on everything. And Warren's staff, they'd be out of a job if things didn't improve. Yeah, but again, he was just gagging for listeners. The claim came as Stern noted that the attention that he got about his statements of Green Bay Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers' vaccine scandal the day before drew in. Oh, okay, cool. I have a really stupid take on things, and people want to listen to see if I say anything else stupid. That means I should be president. Okay. And I think anybody could fucking do that. Do you see the garbage that's out there trending on YouTube's fucking, the trending page? It's not that hard. Stern slammed Rodgers, who tested positive for COVID last week, for lying about being vaccinated, calling him a scumbag, and suggesting that he should be fired from the NFL. Again, somebody who used to be the champion for free speech, all of a sudden just calling for people to get fired. Again, kind of fulfilling the prophecy of Aaron Rodgers, somebody who he would have been, Howard Stern would have been totally sympathetic towards, not but a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, all of a sudden, he was talking about woke culture, Robin, and he was also talking about the cancel culture, coffin, the final nail in it. We should fire him from the NFL. And it's like, thanks for making that prophecy a reality, Howie. You're really moving the needle. On Tuesday's show, the shock jock suggested that his comments on Rodgers were big news. Not really. I seen him. Didn't really want to talk about him. I don't think anybody really did. Then he is sufficiently popular among the public to make a presidential bid. I can't believe anybody would possibly think like that. And there's a picture of somebody who he's had multiple times on his show. And again, does that look like the future president? Does that look like number 47 to you? I don't really know. I think I'm going to run for president. One of his co-host, Robin Quivers, who would obviously be the vice president on the ticket, because how else could you get away with having Billy West say the N-word on your show? Notes Stern's media attention. He jokingly asked, who the fuck am I? Quivers replied, if Trump decides to run again. To be fair, can't keep that one up. You have to run against him. That's my plan. And then boldly declares, I know I beat his ass. That's what's going to happen, Quivers added. We can't leave it to the Democrats. That's fair. What, you don't want to see the embarrassment that would be Kamala Harris or even Joe Biden again running and debating against Trump? I mean, come on, 4 years of arrested Trump out there on the campaign trail? That would be glorious. That would be so fucking glorious, and I can't wait for it. The host went on to assert his seriousness, saying he already told his wife that he may have to serve his civic duty and run for president, this delusional motherfucker, president, if Trump makes another bid, which he had suggested he might. I would just sit there and debate and play that fucking clip of him trying to fix the election over and over again, okay? There's no way I'd lose, referring to the phone call Trump made to Brad Raffensperger. And then again, Trump could just quickly dispel that by just playing 30 seconds before and 30 seconds after. So, I don't know what you'd hope to prove with that, but good luck to you. Stern said, referring to, yes, the phone call of Raffensperger, the Georgia Secretary of State, which Trump insisted there had to have been election fraud and many other fun things. Stern insisted, there's no way I'd lose. If you actually believe that and you're not being hyperbolic, I'm so sorry about that early onset dementia. Actually, to be fair, it's probably right on time set dementia. Before his presidency, Trump was a recurring guest on Stern's show and host, going as far as to call the former real estate mogul and reality TV star a friend. Yeah, but throughout Trump's rise in politics and the jealousy that manifested on the microphone, the radio host became increasingly critical of him. Stern also supported Trump's opponents, Hillary Clinton in 2016 and Joe Biden in 2020. Yeah, and as he became one of the most paranoid motherfuckers over the COVID pandemic, he became increasingly critical of Trump's handling of it. Which, if we take a look at death tolls, he was actually better than Joe Biden on. I'm absolutely out of my fucking mind. Cool, we'll end it there. I thank you all no. I'm absolutely out of my fucking mind about how this country is being run and what's going on. Oh, okay, cool. Very rational person. That's obviously somebody with the takes that needs to be in the White House. Thank you, Howie. You probably would have had a better take on what happened in Afghanistan. While some of his listeners may have taken Stern's comment as part of his shock jock routine, a presidential bid wouldn't be the first time Stern tried his hand at politics. There we go. In 1994, the radio host entered New York's gubernatorial election as a libertarian. So now what would he be running under? The Green Party ticket? Like, we can't trust the Democrats to do that. It's like, oh, okay, cool. But she tried to primary him on the Republican ticket? But he dropped out of the race before Election Day. Remember, this was 1994. This was peak Stern, okay? But dropped out of the race before Election Day when he learned he was required to disclose his personal finances. Yeah, how much money he was keeping away from Jackie and the rest of the staff, that would have really sucked. Would have made for great radio. Since losing the 2020 election, Trump and his associates have continued to tease a 2024 Trump ticket without making any definitive statements because of campaign finance law, which I still haven't looked into. But yeah, if anybody has the inside track on that, feel free to share with the rest of the class. On Monday, the twice impeached president said he will probably announce his decision after next year's midterm elections. That's what I'm thinking it is, because you can't campaign for something in the future if there's an upcoming campaign that's going to be happening as well. Something like that. That would make sense. Bombastic Republican leader dropped his latest hint in an interview with Fox just under a week after Democrats underperformed in off-year elections across the country, literally everywhere. I don't even know if we have a decision quite yet on what has happened with the New Jersey's gubernatorial race. It was close, but then there was like recount close, and it's all just very, very funny. But yeah, remember, the Senate president in New Jersey also got beat by a fucking truck driver who spent $134 on his campaign. Really does suck to be a Democrat right now. So I do agree with Stern. You can't leave it in the hands of the Democrats. Trump said he's certainly thinking about a mounting 2024 White House bid, but it appears he's waiting to see if Democrats' poor performance will continue in 2022 or campaign finance laws. I think a lot of people will be very happy, including little crazy Howie, frankly, with the decision, and probably will announce that after the midterms, he said on Fox News. Okay, cool. But he attempted to muddy the waters about his future aspirations, claiming his frequent hinting that he'll run in 2024 doesn't mean he will. Okay, Trump, literally just fucking spill the beans at this point, but I get it, you can't. According to the survey first obtained by The Hill, 47% of registered GOP and independent voters want him to run again. Yeah, no, registered, independents, and GOP. But honestly, have they heard about the upcoming presidential bid of Howard Stern? I don't think so. You're going to have to run back those fucking polls because they're going to be totally different, okay? Right. But with that said, guys, it was so nice to just take a detour off the serious for a moment and talk about Trump, and then just talk about, I don't know, just the downfall of Howard Stern, which has just been happening for, well, to be completely fair, at least 15 years at this point. With that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut. Get after it. Take care, everyone.